Hey, it's your girl Lalah Hathaway. You are watching Studio Q.
Studio Q Show, now you know.
We are here with the lovely, the beautiful, and the tired Lalah Hathaway. She just did a video shoot today, and she graced us with a few minutes to come and talk about where it all begins. I see you rocking the shirt.
I am. This is some of our merch. We're going to have it up on the website pretty soon. This is Donnie Hathaway Live t-shirt.
Okay. Well, the first thing I want to ask is, Rochelle Farrell described your voice, and let me get it right because I want to get it right. Rich, melted, organic chocolate. Somebody on Twitter described it as the richest, sweetest, moist chocolate cake. Wow. Now, I describe it as, what did I say?
Cake, please.
No. Sunshine spreading love and light. Right. Yeah. How do you describe Lalah Hathaway's voice?
I don't. I let y'all do that because my voice is just part of who I am, and it makes more sense to have it interpreted by people who are listening to it in the way it's meant to be heard. I listen to it from inside of my head. So I also think that people really interpret art from their own experience. And so I would never tell you what you're hearing or seeing. I want you to decide what you're hearing and seeing.
We heard that you were on the video shoot today and you picked the song from your father's remake. What made you do that one first?
Well, that's a single that's out now. You Were Meant for Me. It's a great remake of a song that my father recorded in the early 70s, really classic song. And so I wanted to just present it in such a way that people could really get a feel for the song. I did it myself. I chose my director, Matthew Cherry. I wrote the treatment. And I just really wanted to have my hands in it. And so it's a completely independent project. And I really wanted to give the fans something beautiful to go along with the song.
Well, speaking of beautiful, the album cover is dope.
Thank you.
And you are somebody who keeps their creative hand in everything. Back in 1998, you was blogging and tweeting before any of us even knew what that was. So what inspires you, just to be so hands-on in everything and really rock like an independent artist?
I'm just hands-on because I like being hands-on. I'm a creative person. I'm a thinker. I'm interested in this business and this industry and how it changes. I'm interested in expanding my territory as an artist and as a human. So I'm really into what's happening, particularly in terms of social networking, the music industry, the internet, music in general. So I'm a person that likes to expand in all ways,
Well, speaking of the internet, Twitter, I think what I thought so go down, I want to make sure that you, Missy Elliott, Warren Campbell, that look familiar for, I mean, is that a look of, yes, it is?
Yes.
Twitter negotiations going down?
Yes, it's a look of it better happen, and Missy said so. So I'm in, absolutely.
Is this your first Twitter negotiation?
Oh no, I make them all the time. I trap people on Twitter every day and ask them for something, but I'm looking forward to that. She's somebody I've been wanting to work with for decades. So yeah, I really love what she does. I really love what she has to say in her statement, and so I'm looking forward to getting down with her.
What was it like opening for Prince, speaking of somebody you like to work with?
It was an incredible experience. It was a surreal experience. It was a really inspiring experience, because you get to a certain point in your career and you don't imagine yourself opening at Madison Square Garden or opening or closing at a Coliseum, And then I was able to do that for Prince, one of my idols, So it was wonderful.
I know that. Well, I didn't get a chance. I went to like one of the million concerts that he had, but I wish I didn't get to see you. We came late. We were stuck in traffic.
I wasn't ever here in LA. I was in Jersey, and then I was in a couple other parts of the country. But hopefully he'll call me back. I mean, as an artist, you can't. There's nobody greater. You can't do better than that.
Well, I read that your father and your mother met at Howard, right? And you went to Berkeley School. So you classically trained pianist. You know everything. You know a lot of.
I don't know everything.
Well, you know a lot. Well, compared to a lot of people going into the industry, you are like classically trained. So how do you not let all of your, mind go into the studio? Like, just, you said you don't let your education get in the way of what you feel. Right. So how do you allow, just to be with your heart when you have all of that training?
You know, two things. Classically trained can mean anything from when I was little, all kids took piano lessons. So all of those kids are classically trained. I think it's one of those things that people throw out there as some sort of laurel, and it's if you took a music lesson, you've been classically trained. First of all. The second thing is that I'm just a mixture of nurture and nature. So I'm a natural musician, but I've also educated myself about my craft. And I think that that has enhanced what's natural about my ability. So I don't think you have to worry about educating yourself and becoming smarter about what you do, having that somehow supersede your natural ability or having to hold back. I think the combination of both things is what makes you well-rounded.
Well, I still think you're being a little humble.
No, that's true.
Okay. Well, we're coming up on Mother's Day, and we hear so much about how your father influenced you. But how did moms, play a big role in your career?
It's so funny. My dad gets credited with like 100% of my DNA, but I actually did have a mother and do have a mother. My mom was actually a great influence on my father musically as well.
She was a student of music, right?
Absolutely. She's a singer. She's a pianist. An organist, musician, and my mother still influences me. You know what I mean? She travels with me when I go on the road. She's out with me all the time. She's a great musician, and she really encouraged me to educate myself about my field because she not only was a musician, but a music educator. And so she really encouraged the student in me, and that's who I am at heart.
Well, you run with like the heavyweights, right? So how do they bring out your A game even more? Like being with your mom, but also on stage with, the Rochelle Farrells, the Marcus Miller, all those great people.
If you surround yourself with great people, it will elevate you. I don't know if it's Will Smith or somebody says, just look at the 5 people around you to see what's going on with you. And I really feel like I try to surround myself with greatness. It makes me try to rise to the occasion, and I always look good. If I show up somewhere to sing and Rasan Patterson's with me, I can't really fail, Well,
Rasan Patterson, you guys like make great music together. And I was doing some research, and you guys said something about being underground, and one of your friends had said like you were one of music's best kept secrets. Do you feel like you're a secret? I mean, once somebody hears that voice.
I don't feel like a secret. I feel like I'm on my path. I wish 47 million more people understood the path and got it. So it's really, I'm going to do what I do, and I'm on my path no matter what, and I'm in the right place. And now it's just about taking it to as many people as possible. I think that success and integrity can live in the same place.
And what did it feel like, though, to get that acclaim when you got nominated for a Grammy back in 2008? I mean, that was some of that magic dust that you create in the studio.
It was wonderful. I mean, to be recognized by your peers, and I mean, that's the highest honor you can receive as a musician, the highest award you can get. And so what they say is true, that just being nominated is really great until you find out you lost. That's the moment where it's like, why they even nominate me then? But it is such an honor.
Okay. Well, I want to do a Studio Q lightning round, which I did a little research on Lalah, and I want to know like which one. I don't want you to think that much.
All right.
I just want you to kind of answer.
Word association quickly.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Dan. All right. So, would you give up your first car, which was that cream Nissan 240 SX, for the latest Lamborghini?
Yes. And I'm telling you, that car is parked about 16 blocks away from here. And yes, someone come get it and bring me the Lambo right away.
You would throw your memories away?
I absolutely would drive into the Lamborghini with my memories. I would take a picture of that car and then put it right in the glove box of that Lamborghini so I can remember it forever. For sure.
Well, I want you to just think of one word when I mention the name of, some of these people. Okay, Rochelle Farrell.
Crazy.
Shaka Khan.
Crazy.
Dizzy Gillespie.
Kind of crazy.
Rasan Patterson.
Crazy.
Donny Hathaway.
Oh, genius.
George Duke.
Virtuoso.
Lalah Hathaway.
Just me. Just me.
Well, everybody wants to be a comedian, every singer. Like, do you find yourself being the funny one out the group?
Yeah. Always, my whole life. I'm interested in comedy. I'm interested in what makes you laugh. I'm interested in scientifically why people laugh at certain things, like what makes something funny to people. I really am interested.
So who, Richard Pryor or Monique?
Richard Pryor all day. I love Monique as well. Two apples and oranges, you know, from the same tree, but two different fruits.
What is your guilty pleasure?
I'm going to say Basketball Wives, or any show with wives or girlfriends or little girls that spit on each other and beat each other up. Something.
Wait, who's your favorite on Basketball Wives?
Which one?
Yeah.
I like Drea. That's the different one, right? That's the LA one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't care about that one.
I'm going to tell you, I really like Tammy Roman. I don't want her to put her lip gloss on because she's going to fight me, but I like Tammy Roman. So.
What character in the movie Bridesmaids could you see yourself playing?
Kristen Wiig all day, but also Melissa McCarthy. I think she's hilarious, and I so identify with that character and that accent and that humor, and I think she's really brilliant at kind of self-deprecating humor.
Yeah.
She's really funny.
Yeah, I know you like that movie a lot.
I
That
love
was
that.
bomb.
That's one of my favorites of all time.
What sound or noise do you love?
I like the sound of kids laughing. I think that's really sweet. Like their little vocal cords are so short. The little laugh is so chuckly and up high, you know.
What sound or noise do you hate?
I don't really hate any sound. I don't like, you know, nails on chalkboard. I don't like fork scraping teeth. But I pretty much like sound. I will try to copy it, you know. I'm into sound.
Platinum or a Grammy? Platinum record or a Grammy award?
Platinum record. Yeah. I would love a Grammy, but I would like for a million people to understand what I'm doing as well.
And what are you doing?
Well, the whole point of being an artist is to make a statement with your art, so that I don't have to tell you who I am. You can listen to that record and say, "Oh, I get that girl."
Atari 2600 or Xbox?
Oh, apples and oranges. I need both. I got both. I need both. A 2600 harkens back to a time in my life that we cannot go back to. Space Invaders time, joystick time, combat time. Yes, I have it. Pitfall, I have it. But I have an Xbox too, and I have a PS3, and I have a Lynx and a Game Gear, and.
You don't have a favorite of this?
No. Right now, I'm a PS3 person because I'm playing one of my favorite games of all time, the series, which is Final Fantasy. We're on version 13.2. So I've been playing that since the 80s, and I'm in it.
80s.
Yes, girl. The 80s. When I went to college, we would make maps. We would play Zelda. We would, skip class and make a map. It was all day.
So you're creative all the way around.
We go in on the RPGs, the role-playing games, yes.
Well, I also, want to know, how do you feel like your voice has evolved throughout the years?
My voice has smoothed out. It has gotten larger in a way. My range has increased. I stopped smoking cigarettes many, many years ago.
Was that hard to do?
Yes. And I'm so thankful that I did it. But my instrument thanks me, My voice is, it's interesting. It's an instrument that I'm extremely familiar with, and I'm becoming more familiar with it. I really tried to push it on the last record in terms of the range and the color I could get out of it. So, yeah, it's growing.
So many singers smoke. I mean, how is it just like you got?
Bad idea. I mean, creators a lot of times fall into traps of peer pressure, and that's kind of one of them.
But do you feel like a real difference because you don't?
Absolutely. I can breathe better. My throat is not as dry. I feel better because I don't let that force control me. There's a lot of reasons to quit, mostly to save your life. My next battle is sugar. That's my next battle.
It's addictive, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
It's in everything.
I mean, they cure cigarettes with sugar. Yeah. It's an insipid thing, It's not that it's, bad for you, but I consume way too much. Just way too much.
Well, Layla, I don't want to keep you because, you're tired.
I appreciate
You're great. You are professional.
This is honestly the best interview I've had in months.
You are lying.
No, because a lot of times people want to talk to me and ask me, questions that are not really interesting. So I appreciate your research.
Oh, well, I respect you, and I don't think that you can. No, no. I'm just a big fan, and I really appreciate also that you connect with all of your fans after the show. Why is that important? Because so many people don't do that either.
Yeah. I mean, I've been doing it a long time, and I have that website that I started in '98, the Pink Room. Shout out to Pink Room. And I just
Shout out to the Pink Room.
Shout out to
Hey.
the Pink Room. But I really, it's important to me that those are the people that I work for, in essence. There would be no career, there would be no me without the people. And so it's important for me to touch hands and meet people and play in those venues where I can see everybody. And it's just important to me. And don't get me wrong, some nights I don't want to do it. Some nights I'm tired after the show, or I just want to have a drink, or I want to eat because I didn't get to eat that day, or I've been traveling, I've been flying. And the people are what make it worthwhile. Even in those moments where I'm tired, or I'm frustrated, or somebody is trying to smoke in the venue, or people are screaming during the show or not paying attention. Even in those moments, I realize the source of what I'm able to do, and it's for people.
Well, I just have two more quick questions, and then I'm gonna let you go. Okay. The one is the song that you're doing, for your father today on the video shoot. Like you said, music transports you to different places. When you're singing that song, where does it transport you to?
It's a cloud. I can't really say exactly where it is. It's a time that, in a place where I couldn't really explain it to you. It's absolutely a very special moment for me in terms of my parents and my childhood and Chicago and my mother's Lincoln, and yeah. Chi-town.
And my final question, because you guys shared some similarity in what I'm about to say, I want to know if you could give Bobby Christina any kind of advice, because you were born Donny Hathaway's daughter, and she will forever be Whitney Houston's daughter. So how can she find a niche? Because you've made a way for yourself, and like a lot of people know you as Lalah Hathaway now. So how, in going forward, do you think that she can find a place for herself? What advice can you give with having such an iconic parent?
In the days just following Whitney's passing, I just really wanted to scoop her up. You know what I mean? Because it sucks, and I can't even imagine on that scale with all of that what that is. The best advice I can give to her or anyone is to figure out who you are and get on your path, because there is no more Whitney Houston. There's no more Donny Hathaway. You are who you are, and that is the only that person through the strand of time. So you're doing the whole world a disservice and yourself a disservice by not getting on the path to who you are. So you don't have to find your niche. You are your niche. Just be who you are. She's going to be all right. There's a lot of prayer surrounding her and a lot of, I think, really great people. So I think she's going to be just fine.